Sometimes the longest relationship you'll ever rebuild is the one with yourself. Have you ever ignored your gut and later wish you had listened? Have you ever ignored a gut feeling and later wished you had listened? I think almost all of us have. Somewhere, somehow, we had this gut feeling, but we ignored it, or we made up an excuse, or we thought there was a reason that we were thinking it, and it was really the truth. But we're thinking maybe this and that. We got one excuse after another, right? About why we can't listen to our gut feeling. There was a time in my life when I trusted everyone else's opinions more than my own. I'd ask people what they thought about this, that, and the other. I'd look for their confirmation. I'd look for their permission. I'd second guess my own decisions. And somehow along the way, I stopped listening to the one voice that had been with me my entire life. We came here together. We came here as a spiritual human being, right? When we dropped into our body, we had everything we needed. But that voice got drowned out as life starts to life, right? As life starts life, and that voice starts to drown out. You know, my own voice, I many times ignored things that I knew. And maybe, just maybe you've experienced that too. Maybe you've been told you're too emotional. Oh my God, I've been told that I'm way too emotional. But what I've learned is that I just needed to be more emotionally intelligent about how I was sharing what I felt. You know, I was told I was too ambitious. Well, I'm going to continue to be too ambitious. I was told I was too sensitive. I'm too mushy. Yeah, I'm going to continue to do that too. Sometimes I was even told I was too much. I wonder, has any of those things been said to you? Have you ever been told that you were too emotional? Too ambitious, too sensitive, too much, just way too much, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Or maybe you've simply gotten so used to taking care of everyone else's needs that you've forgotten how to recognize your own. Do you know your own needs? So here's what I've been learning. You know, here it is. This is what I've been learning. Trust isn't something we build with other people. Trust isn't something we build only with other people. It's something we build with ourselves. When you can trust yourself, your own inner thoughts, your own inner being, your own self-worth, your own self-love, when you trust self-trust, then you can discern better about what other people around you are doing, right? And you can make a better move. You can make a better decision, right? And people see that self-trust. They see how you move, they see how you act, and then they'll think about whether or not they want to try and play games with you. Every time you ignore what you know is true, that trust weakens. So that's why it's important to understand you and have self-trust within you, right? When we don't keep promises to ourselves, we weaken the trust we have for ourselves. Every time you don't honor yourself, your values, you don't keep a promise to yourself, you don't listen to that quiet voice inside, you dishonor you. And you don't start to trust you. That's why you need everybody else's opinion. And I'm speaking from my own experience, so that's why I can say this so self-righteously. It's because I've been there, done that. And it took a lot of work for me to get here. But once you can trust you, that trust starts to grow stronger and stronger. And it is a daily practice of self-trust and self-love and self-worth, because they all work hand in hand. Think about it. If your best friend constantly broke promises to you, eventually you stop believing them. So it's no different with yourself. Sometimes we do that to ourselves, right? We consistently break promises. So now you don't even trust yourself, right? Because you've been breaking promises. You don't follow through. You don't do what you say you're going to do when it comes to you. But we promise we'll rest. We promise that we'll do this for A, B, and C. But we don't do it for ourselves. We promise we'll set boundaries, but we don't. We promise we'll choose ourselves, but we don't. And over time, we stop believing our own word. That is not a good place to be. Maybe rebuilding trust with yourself doesn't begin with a giant leap. Maybe it just begins with one day at a time, one promise at a time, daily, small daily shifts. Every day, I'm going to keep a promise to myself. Every day, I'm going to trust my discernment. I'm going to test it. And even if I'm wrong, I'm going to continue to test it because I'll get sharper, I'll get keener, I'll understand myself and where it's coming from. So I say to you, today's reflection is simple. What's the one promise you've been making to yourself and that it's finally time to keep? What's that one promise that you've been making to yourself and it's time for you to keep it? Maybe it's getting more rest. Maybe it's just something simple as taking a walk, making that doctor's appointment, starting the business that you've been wanting to start for so long, ending the habit that's not taking you where you need to go, having the conversation that you've been avoiding. But whatever it is, start there. One promise, one step, one day at a time. And if today's conversation resonated with you, type, I trust me. I trust me. Because when you trust you, then others will trust you too. I love to hear what promise you're ready to keep. Remember, small daily shifts create extraordinary transformation. You are not becoming someone new. You're just remembering who you truly are and who you've always been. Tonight, before you go to bed, say, I promise to trust the wisdom I've gained through my journey. Let me say it again. Tonight, before you go to bed, say to yourself, I promise to trust the wisdom I've gained through my journey. Tomorrow, I will keep one promise to myself. Not because I have to, but because I deserve to know that I can and that I will and that it's important and I can count on me. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. As always, thanks for listening.